Okay, so we have a new primer here. It says the temporal rift crystal bonds. To escape this temporal rift, you must restore the bonds between crystals of the same shape and color. If you press and hold A on a tile that holds a crystal, a shining light will be drawn along your subsequent path. Simply move the crystal of the same shape and color to connect them. The shape and color of the crystals will continuously change, so careful timing is essential. Once all the crystals have been connected, exit through the portal to continue your journey. So this is another type of distortion that we have to resolve, and there's normally a time limit from what I remember, and all these actually equal like a different animal or whatever that we have encountered in our travels, and sometimes they change very fast, sometimes they don't change so fast, so it's all just how you do it. How you connect them will depend on the shape and color, and as you can see, we solved it, and that's the Cait Sith that we are familiar with because he is one of our actual familiars. So let's continue the next stage here. Anomaly resolved. There's normally three stages to each of these. 3 or 5, definitely 3. And sometimes they're different, and sometimes they're the same, and sometimes you'll get a mix of them, and sometimes it'll be homogeneous, like they'll all be the same. So it all sort of depends. Well, isn't that weird? Fragment discovered times Stardust. Well, anyways, let's continue through here. There's a lot of treasures, a lot of new monsters here that you're going to see. Those are a different permutation of the Nectin that we are used to. As you can see, they're called Salones or Silones, however you want to pronounce it. It doesn't really matter. They are going to die anyway, but as you can see, they're a little bit more stronger, a little bit more health. As you can see, the stagger bar is up to 200 instead of 120, so these guys are a little bit more ridiculous. You don't want to mess with them very much so. So you have to be very careful. And what are we in Relentless Assault? That's good. Okay. You want to start, these guys are called Cheliceratas. Either way, we need to make sure that we can take these guys out in an efficient manner. And I really hope we can. Let's actually switch here. Do we get some Ravager Commando medic abilities? Even though he's already dead, the Cait Sith has died. I don't think we can revive him yet because I don't think we have anything that we can revive our party allies with. We don't really need to in this sense because it's just a medic that it would be, so we don't really need to waste the Phoenix down. We're just going to continue taking out this guy as is. And as you saw before, there was a little demonstration there of the launch skill, and that launch skill you saw, we knocked up the Chelicerata up in the air, and we just completely destroyed them. As you can see, we did that again. Noel did that very briefly there, even though pretty much died right after. We're going to be seeing, besides getting the monsters, we're going to be seeing we get a lot more Crystarian points per battle in these areas, so it's much more easier to sort of farm these areas. We got some Geishel Greens, it's pretty awesome. We're going to go down here just to discover this part of the map and see if we're missing anything. As you can see, there's a treasure, so we were rewarded for our curiosity, and we're going to grab it as best as we can here. Power wristband, let's actually check what that is. Maybe that's something strength-based that we can use, so I'm going to check it out right now. And let's see, power wristband, looks like the same darn thing, so we're going to completely ignore it as we continue through here. And we're just going to sort of explore Oerba as is. I'm really excited to continue to do this because Oerba is just this really unique, interesting place. It's nothing that I've really experienced before in games and level design before. And especially in 13, it definitely caught me off guard. Although I was a little bit more expecting of it in this sort of sense because we're sort of used to it. Switch to aggression here to sort of take these guys out as best as we can because the Blitz is going to be very helpful against multiple enemies that are close to each other, even though we're not all attacking a wide area, a wide radius if you will. But we're going to do our best, and hopefully Noel will weaken the other guy as we finish off this. So the Cleone. Oh, the Cleones. Okay, maybe they're Cleones or Cleones. Cleones sounds a little bit more funny, so we're just going to continue through here and kill them. We obviously didn't get 5 stars because we weren't very fast, weren't very expedient with it, but we will get faster as we level up and we get better weapons and such, so stay on the lookout for that. You know how it goes. Sometimes it's a process, and processes sometimes are good things, so we're going to just continue making our way through here. These Cleones or Cleones, I still don't know what I want to call them. Oh well. Switch to Commando, Ravager. just so that we can do way more damage and stabilize some stagger fires while we're at it here. I don't actually know what the resonance does. Maybe it heals or does basic damage somehow. I'm not seeing how. Oh, actually, you know what resonance does? It adds buffs onto them. But it is all in vain. As you saw, we basically destroyed them and we 5-starred them. So that was our first 5-star on the Oerba. All these memorable moments, you need to remember them all, even though you don't really. And as we go over here, we're going to see a different trope of enemy. I believe we're going to start seeing some Seath over here, which you guys will remember automatically because the Seath, well, that was a gasp that we killed, but the Seath were some of the big gasp that we killed, the ghast that we killed in Brush of Ruins, and what that was a big Seath, and he was obviously difficult, but these guys are a little bit less difficult because they're not bosses, they're not fragment giving, so at least that's a good thing. Okay, good, we took out those guys, and these guys are going to be soon to follow, which is good. I think Noel's going to take out the Cleone on our right that you can't see on the screen. You can see he's ruining it, and we are going to ruin this other Cleone here. He should be dead. Perfect. And that guy was obviously soon to follow, soon enough where we don't even get the option to attack or plan our strategy, which is great because we need to just keep on going here. Down here, I don't think we can explore much of yet until we get rid of another time distortion. As you can see, it looks like the map would continue, so we're not going to worry about that much. I'm actually going to check on my monsters here while I'm at it and see if I can level any of them up, because that would be kind of helpful for us here. So we're going to use this Mana Silver on Mr. Severus, and then Mr. Boo, we're going to use these Potent Bolts. Oh, looks like he got expanded. That was good. I didn't think he would. Let's give him another ATB gauge, because 4 attacks would be very good for us here. And let's level up our Sentinel here and see how far we can get with him. Sentinels are very important familiars to have, so it's always good to have one sort of leveled at all times on your pace. You don't have to level them up a lot, but as long as they're on your pace, you should be good to go. Oh, another monster fight there. There we go. There's some more Seath guys. Those, you'll see all variations of their name there. The bat guys are called Chan-Chans, and the other guys I can't see right now, they're called something else. I can't remember. There's so many of them though, and they do a lot of damage if you don't take them out in a very hasty manner. I can't remember the other guys' names. They're called Seekers, that's right, those little hands that are crawling on the ground, the arms, more like, those guys are Seekers. They're very easy. They're very pushover-y type enemies, so it's really nothing to be afraid of. We're just going to keep whittling them down as we can here. I'm trying to think of an artful way to put it, but I cannot finish these guys off here. I almost want to do a multicast, but you cannot actually capture these guys, so it's really no point. I don't think you can capture any Seath in the game now that I think about it, so... But they do give some interesting things that are items. You get some cool items. And look at this guy. Do we remember him? I think we do. I believe his name is Bhakti. And that was Vanille's toy, I believe, in Final Fantasy XIII. But we will get into that later. I guess we'll get into that later. We'll just get into it later. And Bhakti is pretty cool just because it's frickin' Bhakti of all things. And I think, yeah, I knew there was a treasure back here. That's why I wanted to get it. See what you have for us. What is it? A map of Oerba. Well, that's helpful. Now we'll actually know where we're going a little bit. Oh, there's a bunch of little Bhaktis on the ground here. Let's go upstairs and see if there's anything for us. Oh, look. Looks like a quest item or something. But we have to take care of these Seekers first, which I have no problem with. These guys go down very easy. You're going to see how pushover-y they are once we have our haste and all of our attacks concentrated on, you know, an enemy or two of them. And we're going to switch to aggression because I want to take them out with physical attacks because I just think it's better. As you can see, maybe not. We will experiment, explore, extrapolate, and evaluate. Those are some great words. I don't think extrapolate actually works here. Although, isn't extrapolating just heavy analysis based on data? So I guess the data is going to be sort of manifested through our continued battles against the Seekers here, but that's okay. Whatever, I'm going off topic a little bit. That's okay. No worries, we're talking about higher level thinking here on Let's Play Final Fantasy XIII-2. That's awesome. I love it. That's good stuff. Yeah, just keep attacking them here. I'm actually going to throw out the multicast just for funsies, because we can. And he's got that orange newsboy cap on that just makes me happy to be alive, so there we go. Just completely completely overkilled him, which is awesome. We only got 4 stars, but that's okay. You see the Crystarium points that we're getting for it is totally worth it. What is this? A Vision's Gate Seal. That will allow us to unlock a time reversal for this level, so that's awesome. That's what you see when you see the time reversals popped up on these on your screen. And that's weird. Looks like there's something there that we can't quite get yet, so I'm gonna leave that alone for now, I guess. We got ourselves a new trope of enemy. This guy is called a Ghast, and that was actually the guy that we did fight in the Brush of Ruins, so be careful. They inflict a lot of wound damage, so you have to be careful. He also inflicts some debuffs with his, I think his skill's called Whale, so you have to be very, very, very careful. Like I said, tread with caution with these guys. The Chon-Chons will hopefully just get destroyed as null attacks with Blitz and such, so I'm kind of banking on that because we obviously don't have a lot of brutish attack power. Wow, they killed Sarah one hit. That's kind of crazy. I'm going to switch to a more balanced class here so we can revive Ms. Sarah and hopefully stay alive at the same time. Yes, please heal me, Kate, Seth, Phoenix down, Sarah. There we go. Grab her. And we're just going to continue to attack this gas. I think we're going to start targeting the Chon-Chons from now on because it seems a lot more important that I get those Chon-Chon kills based on the concentrated damage that they are outputting. So, whew, that was close. Okay, the Chon-Chon died as well. How do we do? We got 4 stars, but man, that one hit on Sarah. You did see she had 3 debuffs on her, so there's kind of a justification for that, but man, that's kind of ridiculous. There's more stuff here, though. It looks like Mog wants us to explore, so that's what I'm gonna do. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything, so let's do it. Mog, Moogle Hunt, go! Another distortion. Whoa, and an enemy fight. Not cool. Can I even get to them? Is it gonna force us into battle? Okay, no, we can attack them from here. That was close. I was like, if you force us into battle, that would not be very nice at all, actually. All right, so let's get our first attack turn out here, and then switch to our aggression here. And see what kind of awesome damage we can do, even though I don't know why Sarah's focusing on the one Chon-Chon, but that's okay. I was kind of hoping she'd do Blitz on just all the enemies that we have here. It'd be nice, but fear not, we will kill them all eventually. The Chon-Chon is dead, and now it's just on to the Seekers. I'm going to switch to Relentless Assault. It seems like they are more weak to magic. Let's actually see. They're normal to everything. They're actually weak to magic, so we should stay on the physical side of things. So we should actually do that. I don't think Ruin counts as magic, even though it's using magic. Oh boy, I didn't know they could knock us up like that. That's gotta be careful with that stuff. Oh well, the Seeker's gonna die as well, so no worries. We were successful eventually in the end, kind of, I guess, a little bit. Now let's examine this little time distortion here. Maybe it's got some new stuff for us to examine.